let's see how this kit looks like when I put it together. First we're going to beat out the legs. Put that here. Okay, that's annoying. And put that there. Good. Push this one back in there again. Alright. So that's done. Now we put the backpack on this. Like so. Put the right arm, left arm here. Right arm there. And then we put this one here. Okay. Pop. That's pretty neat. Good form to it too. I'm surprised. Very well done here. Unfortunately, you only get 2 closed hands. You don't get open hands or fists, but there's a reason why. First, let's attempt to put this one on. First, I gotta take this part off. And then we take this, we put that there. We close it up, if I can. There we go. And supposedly, you connect that here. And then bring this around. And to lock that into there. Which is easier said than done. There we go. So the shield is like either that way, like that, or bring it around, have it like that. Okay. Now the fun part is the other one. We take that out, which is good. That's good. I would not recommend gluing it in there unless you want to have a nice hard time taking it out. We take this, put this here. And we put that there. Now this arm is strong enough. It feels strong enough. Go. There we go. Now we put this one like that. Alright. Alright, so this hand does pop, will open up a bit. And even though it can support it, well, it feels like it can. Look at that. Let me adjust the camera a bit so you guys can see this. Alright. So that's actually really nice. There is a hole to put it on the base stand if you want. This one will pop, this hand will pop out, so if I wanted to keep this, oh, this came out, I'm going to have to maybe glue the hand together onto this and keep it, that way it doesn't pop open or move around a lot. Yeah, it can actually hold it up. It can, just that you really need to manipulate it a bit. And then if we open these up, there we go. I'm going to do this. It'll be a lot easier if I did this. Oh, I knew that was going to come off. Shit. Oh, not only did it come off, but the peg that holds up the hand broke. Oh, brother. That's going to be annoying. I think I'm going to have to glue this on. Let's see if I can try to get it to stay on for the time being. I gotta pop it out. Alright, so we do that. And then we come here and we do that. Ah, crud. Didn't think that was going to be that damaging. It will hold in a certain position, but this thing is very, very difficult to do. Let's try that again. Wait a minute. I think I even did it in reverse. No, we can do it this way, yeah. So I'm going to put you back on. Shove you back in there. And that came off. Alright, give me a minute here. Okay, I had to permanently glue the hand into the grip of the beam, of the spear. Yeah, I can now see the reasons why you definitely need the support hand for the weight, but not the weight. It's actually to positioning it, to moving it around, and things like that. It is a bit gangly, but it does work if you do it right. It reminds me, a long time ago, purchasing the blue frame, a stray blue frame, which had that massive sword. And even though the kit was nice, I was not a big fan of the big swords. And that touches on a specific topic here. When is the sword way too big? Or when is the weapon way too big? Sometimes you'll see, like, animes will have, like, the character or the mech is thin or standard, but the weaponry that they're holding is huge and massive, like Berserker, and even or Exia from Double O Gundam. No, that sword is not that heavy, but the seven swords, like when I built the Master Grade 007 sword version, where it had that massive sword on the side, and it has to be strong enough to hold something that big. Now, it can support it because it's the weight on that is not too heavy, but when you start going double that size, then you have a little bit of an issue right there. When does it become an issue and a necessity? Obviously, this is good. And you do have to have the stand to hold it up, which I'm refusing not to get the stand out to put it on. But that's something you have to work with and figure this out. And of course, those hands were great for standard swords. For something like this, that's another issue. I don't want to touch it yet because I'm waiting for the glue to dry. I want to try to get it, bring it around slowly here. This getup right here, if I zoom in, this hand holding up the shield is good as long as you had some sort of rigging like that. If there was a rigging where it supported this, that's double strength right there, but I guess whoever thought of this didn't think about that. So, yeah, that's, I wouldn't call it lazy, but it was maybe, it would have been a great idea. Now, that does not mean that I'm not going to paint this kit. I'm going to complete it and paint it, but it looks nice as is for now. But I'm definitely going to need to change the color tone here, not the purple. I definitely like this rainbow setup here, or the pattern, where I can paint one color and then another and another. So we're going to probably do that. I am not a fan of this setup here. I really don't like it. I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to do something different, using the colors that I have to bring it out a little bit more. I definitely need to clean up a lot of parts here, but this is a nice looking kit that I'm going to see how well I can go with, how far I can go with this. So, enjoy it while it lasts, because I'm going to take it apart and begin cleaning it up and preparing for painting. So right now, I took my time taking the whole kit apart again, cleaning up some of the parts that need to be cleaned up, gluing some of the parts that need to be cleaned up, and putting them on the clips, getting ready for priming, and then painting. Also sanding down the nub marks that I discovered during, as I was removing them from the tubes were the ones that I had to do a lot of work sanding down, because there were markings there. And now that I'm looking at this one, there is a line there, but I don't know how well it will show on camera or not. I'll take care of it in a moment. The leg part's easy to remove, because there's the one thing I was worried about is, will the seam line needs to be glued on or something like that. But that's okay. I'm not going to be winning any awards for this. I'm doing this for the sheer pleasure of it. This one, of course, the arms, I did have to glue on. I didn't have to pop this out, even though this part is gray. I could probably try to paint it without, removing it, maybe hand paint it, which that's something I never do. But there is a glue. There's a seam line here that I had to glue up. There is a little notch there, so it's already dry. I'll get to sanding those down in a moment. The one piece of work that I had to do right now was this one, because there is a notch there that needs to be sanded down. There's no notches here, but the balls here have one. There's two notches here, which I think they're stuck in there because I glued them on. Maybe I could take them out. But sanding down this seam line goes all the way down, even though I glued it, that's going to be kind of a chore to do. I know when I was closing it up, this thing didn't want to close completely. There was a gap here that kept on opening up, so I had a little vise that I used to hold my kits in, like this one right here. This one I got for like $2 at Harbor Freight. Like that, just seal it, hold it in for a few moments. Vices are good if you find a good one. Now for the hands, like this one's I gotta clean up, but this is the one that I glued on because this thing popped out. There is a small little gap under this, if you could see, but considering that once you put this in here, you're only seeing from the top, not from the bottom. So, yeah, I'm okay with this, but I'm going to clean it up a minute. I'm going to get this one is put together like that, sand it on that detail there. Yeah, I'm now double checking and triple checking this stupid little detail of the gold trim. I'm really not a big fan of it. I thought that this kit had like embedded detail that you can, you can clean it up, or not clean it up, glue it, the detail in it. I'm sorry, not glue it, sorry. Paint it, the detail in it. Kind of similar to that of the high grade, I believe the Senanju has a feature like that, but instead we had the sticker. Of course, I'm completely wrong with that, but I never built the high grade Senanju. So I could be completely wrong on that. There has to be a better way to do something like that. Right now, the last parts I'm doing here is this little thrusters that was behind this, and I actually have to use a clip to hold it down because there are two little notches there that needed to clean up, and you need to hold it up. I can't use my fingers to hold it up because this thing will start flying about. Now I'm starting to learn to appreciate those metal vices that I've seen people use to hold up a part for, for precision painting or sanding down or whatever. Yeah. See, this one's fine. That's good. I should have. I think I'm done with that. Yeah, I am. So I'm going to begin the priming of this kit. You don't need to see me do that. I need to finish up the remaining cleaning up parts. Oh yeah, I did glue up the backpack, so I gotta do that. And then once I do a final review of all this, then I will then begin priming. So, and then I'll begin the painting phase.